Hi everyone and welcome. It is Wednesday and I am Marcie Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. And today I'm going to share this Flowering Rain Boots Slimline card with you. I did use several different stamp sets, so we have a bit of things to get to so I can show you how it works. Hello, hello. I am rolling labels right now for our paper share, so I'm trying to hurry up and get these out of the way. And I looked at the time because I have my computer time, my little light time, and the time on the wall, and none of them are the right time. So I'm gone by the computer time, so it is 5:31. Welcome everybody. Oh, I don't have my chat up. See, we just had a little earthquake here too, by the way, and my stuff was shaking. I have this little ornament here that I made, little tag, and it was hanging up here and it was doing this, just like this. And so the first place I heard that the earthquake was about 330 miles away, but then somebody else said that it was somewhere else. So I don't know where it was, but it shook my house. And I am in Central California, so.
I'm Nicole Hockley from
Well, hi, Nicole. This is my my ad. There we go. Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. Okay. I'm very early. Good morning. Hello, Randy from Norway. Welcome. Let me just try and get my thing here. Ooh. It is early for you. Hi, Perry. Hi, Debbie. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Carol. Olivia, Patty, Linda, Carolyn, Terry, Tashana, Susan, Crystal, Felicia, Becky. Hi, everybody. So, okay, I can't even remember what day it was. So, our anniversary weekend was fantastic. We had a wonderful time. We went camping. We went to a wedding. It was beautiful. It was at a golf course. It was outdoors. It was very, very nice. Yeah, Debbie, I bet you shook too. So see, here we go. There's 3 down, and I still have like 5 over here in my paper. All my paper came today, so if you did paper share, woo, I'm hoping it'll go out Friday, and my guess is Monday, because I'm waiting for more of my clear envelopes. I don't know what's taking them so long, but we'll get those too as soon as we can. So yes, little earthquake. Wedding was great. Our anniversary was wonderful. It was nice going to a wedding. It was relaxing. We had a good weekend. We went in our RV, so we played games. We're like hooked on Rummy Cube. Hooked on Rummy Cube. So we played that a lot. We both learned cribbage, so we've got that going. Somebody told us about Corkle. We've been playing that. There's another game. I wrote it down, and I think somebody, Perpetual Commotion. Has anybody played that? I heard it was fun. Yee, paper share. Oh, I have so much paper. I had to call Stampin' Up today for something, and one of the ladies, she was checking my order. I thought I missed something. I thought I ordered 2, but I think I took it off my order and moved it to my Stampin' Rewards, and I wanted 2, and then I moved it and got 1. But that's okay. I'm going to go get more. And so, which one, Perry, which one's your favorite? Is it Perpetual Commotion? I don't know anything about it, but somebody mentioned it was good, so I'm looking into that. Anyway, I called Stampin' Up, and the girl on the phone, I think she must be new, she's like, why do you order so many duplicates of things? Because I have a lot of paper. And so I told her, well, it's a paper share, and sometimes I like stamp sets. I like extras to have for class because it's just easier. Or if I'm doing, bingo projects or something, it just helps me with my time sometimes. We play a lot of hand and foot card games. Okay. Yeah, we love games. Okay. So anyway, cribbage was a little bit of a learning curve. I'm not going to lie. That was a little, you got to want to pay attention to that because sometimes I'm just like, I want something fun. Something fun and fast and gets us laughing. My husband laughs when I miss my stuff all the time, and he's like, oh no, you missed some points. And I'm like, new game, time to switch. Okay, so, ooh, I did a Slimline card. So here's the card we're going to do. Look, I still have stuff all over my desk because I'm trying to do our paper share. Look how cute this card is. Okay, so I'm not getting the, oh, there we go. The shine on there. That's the mother of pearl at the top. So such a fun card. Lots of elements, lots of little detail on here. So I'm going to show you everything that we did. But I want to quickly go over a couple of things. Number one, don't forget there's a prize being drawn today. Ooh, and it's going to be a good prize. It's going to be like a 2-item prize. And then I want to discuss bingo because bingo is coming up quickly. And I'm going to show you a sneak peek of the bingo. I have 3 of the 4 projects done. So I'm going to show you that and give you a little sneak peek on that. And the next thing I want to share is I have a Tulip class coming, and I'm going to show you those projects right now. So don't miss out on that. Here's a little bit of detail. If you go to my blog, marciebeseckerdesigns.com, under events, you'll find the information there. And it'll give you all the details. But here it is, just a little quickly. But I'll show you the projects we're going to make. And let's see. Don't forget right now, if you are not a demonstrator and you're interested in joining, if you have any questions, let me know. Basically, $99, you get $125 in product, and you get 2 free stamp sets right now. And joining right now is a fantastic time because you get Celebration that you're working with. We've got a new mini catalog, and so there's a lot of fun. What is going on? There is a lot of fun in our new product, and I'm sure you guys have seen the inside of the catalog. If you are in the U.S. and you need a catalog, please let me know if you do not have a demonstrator. I'd love to be your demonstrator, and I could get that out to you, so just let me know. Okay, so sneak peek for bingo. So let's give you that first. So those are 3 of the cards. There's some embellishments. There's a lot of fun on it, a lot of DSP, and a little bit of technique, but not a lot. I didn't go crazy with it. I've only done the 3 cards. I've got one more project I need to make, but I wanted to get it out there for you. A couple reasons. Number one, there is a list that I put on my Facebook page showing you what the items will be, and I'll go ahead and add it to this blog post too, so you can see what bingo items I'll be using. You don't have to have them all. You can substitute for other items. When I mail you out the kits, you're going to get the kits, the DSP, the embellishments. You're going to get everything you need to make them other than stamping. I cannot stamp for you. Your prizes will be $100 shopping with me on my Stampin' Up store. And so it needs to be U.S. and that about covers it. If you have any questions on that, just let me know. I want to back up really quickly to the Tulip class. It is, if you want the kits, there's some different options. So make sure you read all the details on my events page. But if you want to take this class, and not get the kits, if you're not in the U.S., we can do that too. So just, know that I know a lot of people have been asking me for classes, and so I'm trying to get them out there and offer them to you. And there's a lot of people not in the U.S. that would like to take them, and so I'm going to do that as an option, and we'll, get all that worked out and set. So what else? Let me show you our Tulip class really quickly. I'm looking at my notes here. So here is one card. So this is one card we're going to create. Okay, we're going to do, this is the DSP here. Just a cute little fold, fun card. Here is another card we're going to do. I just love these colors together. So pretty. Okay, so there you go. There's that card there. It's got some embellishments on it. I don't know if you can see the bling with the light here. But yeah, it's got some there. I love this card. I cased it from the catalog. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna show you some different ways to put your tulips together. So this is gonna be a lot of checking out. You're gonna get a lot of butterflies. So pretty. And so such a cute card. We've got some ribbon on it, some die cutting, did the flower on the inside. So there we go. And then lastly, we're going to do this cute bag here. And then you're going to get some Velcro dots to open it up. And then on the inside, thank you, Arlene, you're going to get 4, oh, there's my envelopes, 4 3x3 cards. Okay. They've all got a little like little brushed butterfly on them. All of them do. And so you're going to create these, and this would be a really great little gift for somebody. You could do this for Mother's Day if you want. You can just have it as a birthday. You can change the sentiment. Of course, you're doing your own stamping. You'll get all the die cuts, everything, measurement. You're going to get a PDF of this, and you'll be able to put all of this together, and this is going to be just a cute gift. Ooh, it's blurry when I move it. Sorry about that. So this is what's involved in that class. So take a peek at it. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, prize is coming up. Bingo, Tulip class. Join. That's another great thing. Hi, Carrie. Welcome. Thanks, you guys. Let's see. Talked about the earthquake, 5.2 apparently. And I want to show a card. I got another beautiful card from Bonnie. It came from Canada, so it's going to be a long trip, and it's my Christmas card that got here. It's so pretty. She's got Winka Stella. Look how pretty that is. Oh, I can't. Oops, hello. Where's my light? Oh, there we go. There you go. It's got Winka Stella. It's actually across the cabin, and it's so light and fair. It's so pretty. Did you get the DSP? Do you get the D? Oh, in the Tulip kit, you get everything to make those cards. Yes, you will get everything to make it. And I made the class. It's only $38. So you're going to get a PDF, everything to make those, and of course I always throw in something for you too. All right. Okay, so let's get busy on our card, and I'm going to have to say I need to grab a grid sheet because my other one got a little messed up while I was crafting earlier. So, and then these Slimline envelopes are just so cute. Oh, Dabber, don't watch me on the big screen. I was outside running errands today, and my hair looks like, woo, big old cotton ball. All right, let's move that. So look how cute these are. The linings on the inside of the long Slimline cards. So we're going to get started on this. I feel like I'm all out of sorts. I had some things I needed to do quickly on my blog and such, so I was, you know, when you're gone for a while, you get a little behind. All right, here we go. And don't forget, we've got that drawing a little bit later today. All right, so here we go. Here's our card. Now you can see it a little better. So cute. And I've got some little tips and tricks about that, so let's just move that over. Forgot my card here, but that's okay. So what I did is, silly me, I didn't even go look at the size of what a Slimline card is, right? So what I did is I grabbed my envelopes and I looked at the size of the envelopes, which are 3 7/8 by 8 7/8. So I said, well, you know what? I'm going to cut a piece of paper at 3.5 by 8.5, and of course, meaning folded, 3.5 by 8.5. And of course, then my upline, we were chatting online, and she said, oh, let me look. And she looked it up, and she's like, oh yeah, 3.5 by 8.5. And I'm like, well, worked out nicely. So that's what this is. It's going to be 8.5. So just take a full sheet of paper and then cut this by 7. Okay, fold it in half. It's 3.5, and then by 8.5. So you don't have to cut that side, right? All right. So now I have 2 pieces of white. One is going to go just a 1/4 inch smaller, so 3.25 by 8.25, and that we're going to put on the inside. So we'll just set this aside for now. This, you're going to notice I cut the same size as the front of the card, and there's a reason, and I'll show you what we're going to do. Let's set this part aside for right now, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring this in. And what I did is I brought one of my sheets. Okay, I just opened 2 huge boxes of stuff with all the paper share and everything. And I've got stuff falling everywhere. Okay, so what I did is I took some of this tape, and this is that, you know, like this Post-it tape. And so I'm going to use the same one I did yesterday. And we're going to bring in our mask, and all the supplies are going to be listed, so don't worry about that. And I'll put the measurements and everything. And so what I did is I decided to go with this one. Now let me show you what I did do. I played around with this. My first thought is I took the Slimline dies and I cut one out. And so then I created this. Okay, so you're going to notice you have a border around the outside, so you could trim that down so it'll fit on the top of a card, but this is very, very fine and flimsy. So you might want to think, you know, if you're going to do it this way, you're definitely going to brush this way, not this way, because this will move everywhere. But I really like how it came out. It's really pretty, so I will use this for something. So that is one thing I did. The other thing I did is I did this in yellow, but then I decided I really wanted to use this envelope, and I really wanted to use, this is Mango Melody, I wanted to use that watering can. So I was like, okay, that's out, so I'll use this for something else later. Then on here, you're going to notice I did the little, I brought the dies in from the Rain Boots, Flowering Rain Boots, and I used this lattice, and I have lattice all in the back, and I'm going to show you how I did that. But then I ended up with this, and of course I, you know, was messing with it, and then I realized, oh, I could have used this as a template too. That's kind of fun. So always think about what you have in your stash. You might have some dies or something that could, you know, that you end up with like this. This was one die. I just did it 4 times, and you could use that for something. So just some little tidbits there to think about when you are creating your backgrounds and such, and especially when you're stenciling and things like that. All right, so I'm going to put this stencil, and I look at my stencil and I kind of go, you know, evenly on both sides. Just think about the flower. It doesn't have to be exact, but I like it to kind of be, you know, where it should go. So I put this over here. I'm going to put this one actually on my paper so that doesn't move. And I must have tossed my other piece because I can't, oops, wrong color, because I can't find it. All right, and I like them long. I want to make sure that they're going to stay. And of course, this is my craft mat that I just love using because it's nice that it's messy but cleans up quickly and everything. So I have to bring in my brushes. And what I did is I'm going to start with the green. Let me show you the colors that I used. Again, these will all be listed. But this is everything I used on this card for one thing or another. All right, so we are going to pull out Soft Succulent because I wanted to match our envelope. And I did Pool Party. So those are the two. I wanted to add a little contrast, not just Soft Succulent. Let me move my brushes out of the way. I get asked every time I use this. This is from Stampin' Storage. It's wood. And there's a video that you'll see that what I use to use that for paint. It's the Inca Gold stuff. Okay, so we're going to take the green blending brush first. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take soft succulent, and I'm going to try and do this one just a little lighter. Honestly, this flower up here was kind of an afterthought because there was so much space up there. And so I had this done already, and so I decided, you know what, that's perfect. To me, this kind of looks like it's in a greenhouse, and this is just like the little table in the greenhouse. My daughter has one, and so I thought, ooh, that would be kind of fun. So let's just make sure that this is kind of aligned, and it is. So I'm just going to get some ink on here, and I'm not going to go super dark. 2 reasons. I want to go lighter this time. And and try not to go down here because we are going to be moving our paper up. Okay. And then we're also going to add another color. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be everywhere. Even though I have this tape down here, I'm kind of trying to hold it a little bit here. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Sandy, I'm glad you caught us. I've been off a little bit. Oh, so some exciting news. For those of you that know, my craft room is like a shoebox. And my husband and I've been trying to talk him into expanding somehow. I wanted to go out. There's a window on this side, and we have another bedroom over there. And he's like, oh, but we need a guest room. And oh, you know what? I'm going to stay here and do the blue and then move. Anyway, so we've been talking about it, so I think I'm talking him into it. So we'll get there. It might be a little while, but hopefully within the year we'll get some done. And my room will be a little bigger, so yay for that. All right, so make sure this is aligned, and I'm going to lift up my paper right here because I moved it because I was thinking I was moving already, but I'm really not yet. Okay, so this right here is good. So stick your finger there and then kind of move around. That way you know this place is good. Okay. And now I'm going to come in with just some Pool Party, and we're just going to add just a little. Remember which brush you're putting in. This is my blue one, so I want to keep it in the blue, although Pool Party is so close to a green. So I'm just going to add some different color. I'm not going to go as dark as that one because I want to see the detail on the front a little more. Okay, so here we go. That's good. Now, what you do want to make sure you do is you want to move this going upward because you want the pattern to be the same going down. See how pretty that is? Look at that, how pretty that is. Right, Arlene? More stuff. Shh, don't tell him that. He's like, oh, we can put this in your closet and this in your closet. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I don't have room for all that. Okay, so if you look at your sides where you were and just kind of follow it up, you're going to be able to see, as long as this is inside, I'm going to go right here. So just kind of same thing. Right here, this is good. So I'm going to pick up this side and just kind of slide it up a bit. And now we're good there. And I'm going to go ahead and just add that. Oops, nope, I'm going to add this up here. I just want to kind of hold that paper a little bit. So we're going to go back to the green and just kind of come in. Now remember, this is going to be the same size as the panel on the front. Hi, Virginia. Thanks, Debbie. Hi, Katie. All right, so now we're moving back to the blue. And now we're just going to come in, just add some color here. And it's really okay. We're covering a lot of it up. It's kind of a background, but you want to, it doesn't have to be completely even. It doesn't have to be darker, but I kind of want to make sure I have blue everywhere that I have green, you know, kind of all over the page. And now, and you can see through that you've got a good coverage. Look how pretty that is. So pretty. Okay, let's see if you can see it closer. So it's got a little blue, a little green. Okay, if we did all soft sage, it would just be, I mean, soft succulent. I always want to call that sage. It's just going to be a lot of one color. All right, so let's get that out of the way. And then this is super easy. I'm going to throw the tape away because I'm done with this project. I have saved stuff like this before, and honestly, it ends up on the floor, then under the rollers of my chair, and I just don't want to deal with that. So we're tossing it away. All right, I just wipe it off. It's just the ink. It's not a lot. It's mostly on your brush. Then I wipe this down and I turn it over. Wipe that off one more time, and I think it is good. So we'll set that aside so it will dry. And we'll put these back. Okay, so now we have this. We're going to take some white paper, and I recommend your piercing mat here because these are polymer. Now, you don't want to squish your stamp a whole lot because this is a newer stamp pad because my other one went a little nuts. And so you just don't want it super, I want it a little darker than that, so because I missed a spot right there. So just make sure you get it good. And I'm happy with that one, so we'll set that aside. And then now let's take a piece here. And we're going to take, oh, you know, I ended up doing Evening Evergreen, and that's what my base is for my card. So we're going to kind of give it a little, you know, same kind of green. And I did, you could do it in soft succulent and then take your dauber and add a little green on there if you want. So it's whatever your choice is. I'm going to do Evening Evergreen. Look how pretty that is. I love the distinctive. So nice that we have that distinctive and we don't have to do all the different colors and stuff if we don't want to. It adds so much already. So now here I pulled in Polished Pink and Melon Mambo, and I'm going to show you why. So I did the tulips, and here it is with Polished Pink. Okay, so we're just going to do Polished Pink tulips. Okay, now I'm going to show you what it's like when you do Polished Pink, and then you take your dauber for Melon Mambo and just kind of go across the bottom of the tulips. Don't forget that little guy right up there. And now kind of more realistic. So see how there's just a little bit of a darker shade on the bottom? I mean, that's really where your shadow's at. It looks just a little more realistic. That tiny, tiny bit of something makes it just look that much more different. Even though they're already distinctive stamps, it just adds a little extra. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set that aside, and we'll get those all die cut. We are going to bring in a piece of crumb cake. And this part I did not do ahead, but I did do a lot of it ahead. So we're going to bring in a piece of crumb cake. And we are going to bring in this piece here, this wood piece. So we're using the flowering rain boots. Okay, it's all going to be listed for you. And we're going to use on the horizon. I'm just using this piece of wood. Remember when we used to have the big background stamp of wood and different pieces? I love this. It just helps me put that wood on that I want. I ordered the flowering boot stamp set. Thought I was ordering the bundle. Now I need to put, oh no. Oh, Tashana, yes, you must have the dies. Okay, so we're going to use that. So I'm going to put that aside. And we're going to bring this in with some crumb cake. Now, I added some ink to this yesterday because it was getting a little dry, and I definitely want to see it. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're using this as a background. Oh, I didn't bring in my little sheet, but that's okay. You guys get it. Okay, so it's a little overlap right there. Not a big deal. We're just going to create ourselves some wood. Add some texture. You're not even going to notice that. All right. And so that's plenty. So we're going to leave that. Hi, Mary. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we are going to bring in a couple of things. We are going to bring in our dies. So we're using we're going to use this for sure. We are going to, and which means I'm going to have to do a little bit more, and I'll show you that in a minute. We are going to use this right here. And this is our lattice, so we're going to use that. And we're also going to use our little rake here. So for that, we're going to pull all that out for right now. So we are going to do 4 of these. Okay. The other thing we're going to do, and I have a piece right here. I can reach it. And we are going to stamp that same stamp. All right, kind of think about where you want your edge, what you want. And I like the larger pieces kind of coming out. It gives a little more character. So I'm going to do it that way. And just stamp down here. Okay, so there is our sign. And now this says, live life in full bloom. So we're going to stamp that. It's just kind of a fun play on words card with our images. So we're going to ink it up really good in Memento black, tuxedo black. And I'm going to put it towards the right about there. I like to hold it just for a minute, make sure it transfers really nicely there. And now we're going to die cut that out and die cut these and our little wooden handle right here. All right. I'm looking at something here. Yeah. I've got a few little pieces I want to make sure. Okay, so I'm going to bring up my die cutting machine. Let's get that up here. It might get a little wobbly and kind of big. I need to wash my plates is what I need to do. All right, so we're going to put this on here. And what I do is I get the most I can from my real estate here. So we're going to move this all the way up like that. Let's put this here. Okay, we want 4 of those, so just make sure you have enough for 4. We're going to take this and take our sign and our die. Oh, our die here, we're going to put that on here. And then I have a little piece of removable tape. We're going to put that there. And then we're going to take our little rake and we're just going to come on here and I'm going to turn this sideways because I have this little piece right here that I stamped yesterday. So let's see. We're going to just turn it this way. We just want the handle with some wood on it. I don't think that's big enough, so we're not going to do that yet. This isn't long enough for what I want, so we're going to just die cut this real quick. I die cut a lot of things ahead of time, but I forgot the lattice. Oh well. And there's a couple other little things that I got to show you the technique first before I die cut. All right, so there's our sign. We're going to put that down. I'm going to keep my tape on here so I don't lose my die and just stick it over here. All right, now we're going to lift this up, and I use my same paper, and I just kind of lift that up. Oh, they stayed in. If they don't stay in, you can just kind of scrape them off your plate there. So let's clean that. But see how now it has this little wooden texture to it, and it looks a little more realistic. So think of those little things. That's, you know, when people say step up your card, what can you do? Those are the kinds of things. Add a different, you know, take a dauber and add a little bit more shading or color, or add a little texture to something. You could emboss it. We now have some of that, an embossing folder that would be really good to add some texture. But if you don't want to do that, then go ahead and do some stamping on it, and that'll help a lot. Okay, I'm just going to pick this up. They're, for the most part, staying in, which is funny. Yesterday they all stuck to my board. I need to clean it though. That's probably why. All right, so there's number 2. And again, we're going to go like this. And now I'm going to take this and put it right along here. Let's see if that'll fit. I think we're going to move this over because we're going to have plenty of space. And I'm just going to put this little guy over here on the very edge, because I only need one more of these. So we'll put that there. Make sure your little garden rake is on the paper, so that's what you want, is mainly the handle. And I want the wood grain to go this way. Oh, good, Sandy. All right, so now there's our little rake. Let's put this little guy back on the magnet so I don't lose them. Okay, there's our little rake. And I don't care, this little prong didn't get, and that's fine because we're not using that. I really just want the handle to have that wooden handle effect. Oh, when our earthquake happened, I was thinking, oh my gosh, watch the earthquake happen right in the middle of my video. And I'll be up trying to save stuff from falling off my shelves. We haven't had an earthquake that bad in a very long time. But an earthquake's an earthquake, right? I just sat here like, when earthquakes happen, you just sit here like, okay, how bad is it going to be? What do I need to do? And usually it's not a problem. But see what I mean? You could take this and use that as a background to do some stenciling on or whatever. It'd be a lot of fun. All right, so here is our 4th one. And we'll pull up the machine for one more thing, but we'll do that next so I can show you what I did. All right, so the next thing I did is we're going to take this cute little image here, which is this little flower packet. Oh, you know what? It looks like this is up on top. Mine is not, and I even looked at a picture in the book and it didn't look like it was, but maybe I didn't look close enough. And I kind of wondered. That looks like it's the label on top, so we're going to turn that around. So you'll see here, mine are upside down because this is where the name would go. And I thought that, and when I looked at it, I was like, oh, but I looked in the catalog, obviously not close enough, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to fix this. Do not let me forget to do the drawing today, please. I want to make sure you guys get your goodies. Okay, so what I did is I chose to use, we're going to move these over so I don't lose them, markers. So you guys know how much I use these markers. I love, love, love them. So what I did is I took the soft succulent the Daffodil Delight, even though this is the mango, I wanted to use daffodil. Now, I'm going to show you something, a trick about the tulips, but this is the daisy, and there is a daisy in the set. I'm going to show you right now. This little guy right here. So there's the daisy, and it should go on top of the watering can. Okay. But then you have the boots, and you could put them on top of the boots, but the tulips come out of the boots. The tulips are too wide for the watering can. So I'm going to show you what I did with that to make that all work. Okay, so let's put this aside and let's do this. So you're going to take your little stamp here. Let me see if I can find a darker piece of paper so you can see. Can you see that? I think maybe a little bit better. So what I did, no, I don't think so. So what I did is I took my Daffodil Delight and I did the flower, and it does not have to be perfect. The image is not really perfect. It's kind of distinctive, and it gives you a little bit of a, if I hold it up, it gives you a little bit of a, you know, the texture in the print, but it does not have to be perfect, and you'll see when I'm done. So I just did the yellow part. All right, and now I'm going to take my pumpkin pie and just do the orange in the middle. Okay. Then what I did is I took my evening evergreen and I colored the label part. And part of it is kind of like just an outline, and then part of it is like where the text would go. So I'm just kind of, you know, putting a little bit on there like that. Okay. And now here's the soft succulent. And of course I'm doing this all with the white. The soft succulent, I'm doing all the background. So I'm just kind of going around like there's the background here, like the whole packet is this color. Okay, so just kind of, like I said, doesn't have to be super neat. I'm just kind of filling it, the rest of it in. There's little lines on here, so you'll see those come up when you stamp it. All right, so fill all that in. And now I decided to finish it off by taking your evening evergreen and just drawing a line around it. And you can stamp it like that, or you can do it after the fact. It doesn't matter. I'm just kind of doing it. Okay, I think I went a little bit big right there. And put my soft succulent back on there. Okay, and now make sure you huff on it. And then we're going to stamp it. Okay, so it does not have to be super fancy. It's just kind of gives you an idea of a seed packet. All right, so now we're going to bring this back in because this is the only thing I had left that I needed to die cut. So let's put that on there. And we need our little seed packet. Right here. It's square. You could cut it out with just scissors. You don't need this. Okay, make sure it's on there. When I put my order in, I didn't get the pre-order because it wasn't posted yet. I totally forgot about it, so I had to put another order in, but I didn't expedite that one. I only expedited your paper share. Okay, so here we go. So there's our piece. Here's all our little pieces here. Now the next thing we want to do is, I'm going to cut this right now while I'm thinking about it. Remember how this is going to be the full size of the front? Well, I'm going to cut off 1/4 inch. So bring in your trimmer I'm going to look. I like both sides. And this is lighter up here, so I think I'm going to leave that there because we want that tree to come in there and that big branch. So I'm just going to cut off a quarter. And I'm going to do it all on the one side because now we're going to bring in our smaller piece that goes on the inside. We're going to put this about right here. I'm going to take our edge. And you know I like to get my inside done while I can. If you guys wouldn't mind subscribing and sharing, I would really appreciate that. A thumbs up really helps my channel. Doesn't cost you anything. Helps me a whole bunch. Alright, so I'm just going to skip over one little square. Right about there. And then I'm going to go down here and make sure I'm there. So just go like this. And that's the one square there. And then the other thing is you're going to notice I didn't cut the other side, so I still need to do that. Okay, so we need to cut this down. And instead of opening this up, I just went like this and took off my piece right there. Take off your 1/4 of an inch. And now you're going to be able to put that there. Oh, good, Tashana. You're going to love it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and set that aside. Now, what we're going to do is, when I first got the shallow dies, or swallow dies, you know what, I'm going to put this in real quick so I don't lose it on my little board here. I loved the idea. I think this is a tulip tree, or you could do it as a magnolia tree or whatever you choose. And I took this, and then these are the flowers separate. So what I did is I took, look how pretty that is. That's the mother of pearl. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's just so pretty. The mother of pearl. And then I took, now here's our little pieces. So I already die cut. So we have our watering can. We have our green. And we have some tulips. Let's see which ones I want. These have a little more red, so I'm going to go with that. And I already cut out with our silver foil our little garden rake. So there's that. And then these are our little flowers. So we're going to take care of those next. This is my little star dish I think I got at Target during Christmas. So it works out perfect. I have many little dishes, but had to have another one. Okay, so we have that. Here's our rake. I already, you guys saw me cut our little rake handle here. Okay, and so here's another one. And this one actually has a lot more texture in it, so I'm just going to use it. We'll save that one. I like all the little lines in this one better. Now, you're going to notice, I'll show you on the picture, it's easier. On the little, oh, it's only a die. On the little rake, you've got one little bump there, and then you've got like this little tiny bump. And I'm thinking when you look at these garden tools, that's usually silver. So I'm going to go right around the first bump there and just curve it around a little bit. All right, that's trash. And then we're going to take our little silver rake and we're going to just add a little bit of glue. And then we're going to put this on our rake. No problem, Laura. I'm glad you got to come by. All right, so now we're going to just put this right on top. And you want it to be right down where that little silver part is and right on the handle there. Okay, so we'll set this aside to dry. Now the next thing, what I did is we're going to do some alcohol coloring. All right, so I'm going to bring in the Evening Evergreen and the Soft Succulent. And we'll do the branch first. And I did, I believe, the light soft suede because I wanted it to be kind of a little bit of a different color. So let's pull this in. And you know, Terry, you're right. I think I'll zoom at this point so you guys can see a little bit better. Okay, if it gets too close, let me know. All right, so here is soft suede. So I'm just going to do this on the leaves. Now, this is shiny and it's slippery, so it's really smooth, kind of even more than the shimmer paper. So think about when you're coloring this, it's going to take just a minute for it to dry. It is alcohol, it dries fast. You cannot use your markers, it won't work. I tried using them and I thought, well, I'll just let them dry. It takes quite a while and it rubs off really easy. So I would highly recommend your alcohol markers. Okay, so you want your Stampin' blends. Again, this is the light soft suede. I didn't want it too terribly dark. It's up to you. I kind of go over it with a couple layers if you want, but you could make it darker if you want. All right, so just do all your branches like this. So when we first got our pre-order, this was one of the first things I did, and then I sat there like, what am I going to do with this? Okay, look how pretty that looks. I mean, in person with that shimmer on it, oh gosh, it's so pretty. Okay, there you get a little better look to it. Okay, so we'll leave that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take our Evening Evergreen, and I think I'm going to do, I think I did light. I'm not really sure. So I'm going to take the more bullet point one, and I just kind of go up in the lines and then down at the bottom of the leaves. Okay, the line and the bottom of the leaf. Just kind of, you know, no particular thing except the line is just going to kind of show and give a little more character. Okay, so go up the line. Now the only thing that's really going to smudge the alcohol is alcohol, right? So you're going to use a different color and go right on top of this. So don't worry. Okay, just kind of go over it like that. And I just do the bottom. Oops, I need to do the bottom over here. It just, again, adds a little shading, adds a little more color to it. Nothing, you don't have to do it this way. I think the first time I did the first one, I did all kinds of colors, just trying to get it to figure out what I wanted. All right, and now I think I'm going to take the dark succulent. Do you have reverse tweezers to hold it while you're coloring? Yes, I do. But I tend to always want to color on this side, and so I just move it, and the alcohol dries so quickly. But yes, if I use something that is a little more tedious that I really need to hold on to, then yeah, I'll use tweezers. Thank you. Those do work fantastic. All right. So I'm just going to go on these. These are going to be a little darker. They'll lighten. Like I said, last time I just kept going and going until I got the colors I wanted. I think I'm going to, and since that one was already done, I'm going to make this one a little more vibrant. Just to kind of pop off the page a little bit more. We're in a greenhouse. It's all lush and getting probably vitamins and good air and all that good stuff. All right, so just kind of, and it's really, you just scribble on it. It's no real, you just want to make sure you get all the leaf and down the sides a little bit. And so you're really kind of blending the darker green with the lighter green. Okay, so look how pretty that looks. Okay, and now I think I am going to use a darker crumb cake on top of that. And let's see what that looks like. So that's the whole point, is just kind of keep going until you get what you want. I think this looks a little too gold. Here we go. That's better. It looks a little too gold, and I want it to be a little more brown. So this is looking way better. Okay, so can you see the difference between like this one, this side over here, and this side over here? So there's a difference. So I'm just going to add the dark. Remember, it's shiny underneath, so it will be shiny. And I might have done that with that one. It's been a while. Like I said, when I first got my order, that's what I did to it. Is played with it and kind of came up with that. All right. Yay, much better. All right, so there is our branch. Oops. So there's our branch. We'll put that aside. Now we're going to move on to our flowers. So I'm going to get my, here we go, our piercing tool. I'm going to turn this so I can get this right down here so you can see a little better. And you could attach them to your branch before you color, and that's fine too, but we'll put that together at the end. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my darker polished pink. I love polished pink. So, oh, Virginia, thank you. You're very welcome. What material are you using for coloring on? Oh, this is that mother of pearl. So mother of pearl is what that is. So I'm going to take the dark and I'm going to use the bullet point because I want to get in the little lines right there. And then I'm just going to kind of color at the bottom again. And you don't have to go all the way up the lines. It doesn't really matter. Just add some color. Again, just add and then kind of put a little bit of color. Again, add your lines. Just add a little bit. You know how they have the pink at the bottom? When I originally did them, I kind of made them look more like magnolias, but then I was told that these are probably tulip trees, but I think they can be whatever you want them to be. And I really like the darker bottoms, no matter what kind of tree they are, and kind of give them a little character. All right, so go up the lines, and then up this line here. Remember, that's a leaf right there, so the top leaf of this, so I'm just going to kind of go around it a little bit, and then we're going to do lines and then come up over that leaf, and it's, you know, not a big deal. Now I'm going to take the light polished pink, and I am going to use the bigger tip, and I'm just going to kind of blend that in just a little bit. Blend the bottom in just a little. Okay, just kind of little, all the way across. Just kind of blend that in. This one, be a little careful. You don't want it to be all pink, but you want to blend those colors a little. Okay. Now, I'm going to let it dry for a bit. It dries super fast, so just leave that a second. And then what we're going to do is, let's just leave that for 2 seconds. We're going to bring in our panel. Oh, you're welcome, Laura. We're going to bring in our panel, and we are going to, oh, I forgot one more thing. Ding dong, ding dong. Okay, so we're going to go back with this. I forgot, last minute I decided to add this little wood piece yesterday. So we want to get our crumb cake. And we're just going to stamp here. It doesn't have to be any particular piece, whatever you have. I'm going to take a scrap piece. Okay, it's okay, just like that. And so you could instead of stamping a full page, you could just come back and stamp your images that you cut, just stamp them across, and that's fine too. Whatever works for you. Okay, so we're going to put our little rake down here so we don't forget that. Now I'm just going to bring in my little trimmer, and we're just going to cut whatever size I have here. Okay, this is going the opposite way, so we're going to put it together over there. So let's do that. We're going to add some glue down at the bottom, or seal, whatever you have. I have glue right here, so okay. We're going to add this at the very bottom, just to make it kind of look like a table inside there that we're just putting everything on. I knew what you meant, Laura. All right, so there's our bottom piece. Now, we're going to go ahead and put dimensionals. I popped up a lot of stuff because I just think it's just too cute not to. But what I did with this, and you can't really tell a big difference, but I just did it anyway. This is a seed packet, so I already have my dimensionals on my hands. I just kind of rolled the paper just a little, just to kind of give it a little bit of a shape. And you're going to be putting these on anyway, so you really can't tell that much, but I did it, and I know I did it, and I like it. So we're going to, oops, I'm going to put that aside. I don't know why I did that already. Okay, so here's the secret for the tulips. So you have your greenery, right? And then your tulips fit on there perfectly. And then they fit perfectly on top of the boots. But when you bring it to your, I forgot how close you guys are. So when you bring it here, see how it comes out the sides and not the top of your watering can. Okay, even if you kind of angle them sideways, if you even angle them sideways just to get the bottoms in, you can still see you've got all your stuff coming out the side. So what we did is you're going to get your scissors, and you're just going to go right along the side of the large one and just kind of go like this. Okay, so there's the one piece. And then you're going to take your small one, and you're just going to kind of go right up the side of your small one there. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing with your tulips. You're going to just take this and just kind of go right along. I wanted them in the watering can. I did not want them on the boots. So just kind of curve your little tulips here. There we go. And now what I did is I'm going to take a little bit of glue on the tips of your green, and then I just added the tulips just like that. Okay. Oopsies. Let me get my silicone mat out. All right, so we're going to lay that down, and we are going to lay those right on top. Okay, so there are those. And then the same with this one. And you're going to put your little, I put just a bead of glue on the tip of each one. And then you're going to take your tulips. Make sure you have your front one and your last two on there, and you'll be fine. Okay. So now we're going to set those aside for a minute. Now we're going to come back to these, and now what we're going to do is take your lightest petal pink, so your light petal pink, and now you're just going to blend everything. So I just kind of go upward. See how that blends and just gives it that really soft pink. Okay, so see the difference? So just go up And you don't want to do it a lot. You want to keep that pink on the bottom. Okay, and if it takes a little off, it's not that big of a deal. They're still very pink. Okay, go up, up. I want to add a little more pink on that one. All right, so then just keep turning around. You can hold them with whatever. Okay, and now you're just giving them that little bit of a pink shade. Gosh, I wish you guys could see the shimmer in person. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate it. And so then just kind of, you know, and if you ever have a doubt of like flowers, like even like the tulip set and stuff, go online, take a look, see which tulips look the best to you. What do you want? Do you want, you know, purples or oranges or the variegated colors or whatever you want? And then I just kind of wipe that off a little bit because you got a lot of pink on there. Just wipe it off. See how it's getting clear? See how it started there and it gets to that? Just wipe it off. It's fine. All right. So now we have our flowers and those are done. So we'll put those on in a minute. I'm going to set these aside over there. Okay. So now let's get our card going. So the next thing I did is I just kind of figured out where my watering can's going to go. All right, and then kind of think about your flowers, how high those are going to go. So you want to find your, well, my greenery's already, it's being glued right now. So we'll put that there. So I'm going to start these, and you know, you could put these on double-sided adhesive if you want. I had no problem doing them with these, so I'm just going to go right about there. It doesn't have to be all the way up or all the way down, whatever you want. And I just did a small bead of glue, but the secret is wipe this off so it's not sticky. Okay, and then just do a small bead of glue all the way. It'll be just fine. Okay, just a small, you don't need a whole lot. Did he say, did they play that game? What was it called? Where'd my paper go? Perpetual Commotion, I think it was. I can't find it now, but if you guys played that and you liked it, let me know. That's one of the games that I have on my list that somebody said they liked. Perry, I don't remember what you said your favorite game was. You said that's your favorite game, but I named a few. Oh, Laura, I want to go to that so bad. My kids, my son, when he lived up there, he went. And I have some nieces that went up there. I went to a big pumpkin patch thing up there once. That was kind of cool. Okay, so what I like to do is, I don't know what that is do one on the left and then do one on the right. So right now I'm going to align this up on my paper and just kind of see and draw a little line that this right here, the tip is just past that mark, okay? So now I'm going to go to my second one. And this is how you center anything. If you're not sure if you have the exact spacing, you do the two outsides first and then work your way in. And then that way you can get them to align and look even if your spacing's kind of wonky. So I'll show you what I mean. Because I have a little space, they don't touch because I didn't have enough space to do a fifth one and I didn't have enough space to touch them. So, and really with everything on the cards, you don't even really notice. Is my head in the way? I'm trying to glue here without being in the way. All right. So we're going to take this and just go barely past that line. So I'm going to go right about there. And just a tad. Okay, so there we go. There's that one. Now you're going to go and you're going to put your other ones and kind of space them so they kind of look spaced a little bit. So let's put these on. You probably could just do all 4 corners, and I'm going to do that for the video to speed it up, but well, I don't know. I want to make sure. I want to make sure they're down, but you could do that probably. Okay, so if you did them on all 4 corners like this, you could probably just come in and do another dot in the middle and you'd be fine. So it just depends on what works for you. I figure if I just run it down, it'll get enough all over. So there we go. So we're going to put this one right about here. Okay. And then I'm going to grab this one and know that that's kind of tight. So I just laid this one down lightly. We're going to move it over just a little. Okay, so there we go. And now we're going to do one more. Get this one put on there. I hope you guys are all in the drawing for the prize. It's something really good. I think you'll like it. And you might have it. So if you do, please gift it forward to somebody that might love it. All right, so we're going to put this one. So see, they almost touch, but not. This one's probably a little closer than these are, but it's really okay because you're going to be putting stuff on top. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so now we're going to do our sign. Think about our sign right there. So what I did is bring in your trimmer and just kind of go. It doesn't have to be exactly straight because you know that the sign is not exactly straight. So just kind of wherever you're going to put it up against. So we'll put some dimensionals on here. And then I'm going to do a little one right on the edge here. Okay, so we'll put that on. Let's bring our kennel and our kennel. Wow. Our watering can. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. Your package went out, Kathy. Hopefully you'll be getting it really soon. All right, so now what we're going to do is now you can see that the flowers are going to fit in the watering can. And we're going to just put these right up here just to kind of give it a little more texture, some little 3D there. So let's put our dimensionals on here. And then I also did one right about there. Okay, so let's take this off. So this is how you're going to see. Your bingo's on January 18th. If so, I'm off work that. Yes, it is the 18th. Yay, Laura. It is going to be fun. I showed sneak peeks at the beginning, so you guys can kind of get an idea of what my bingos are going to be. All right, so now we're just going to glue those right inside our kettle. So however you want to do them, if you want them lifted up higher, if you want them kind of coming out the side, whatever you want to do. So I think what we will do is let's use glue dots because they'll be faster for video purposes. I'm going to do one in the middle because we've got the two that are on the top, and I'm going to do one on each side. And we are going to put those right about there. Okay, so there's our watering can. Okay, we're going to put our sign right about there. Okay, now let's put our, what I did with this is I took, where's our little seed packet here? Uh-oh. Oh no. Do you guys see our little seed packet somewhere? Well, oh, here it is. I remember I took the things off of them already. Okay, so we're going to put that down because we have our adhesive on that already. Let's do our watering can. So you're going to notice right here, this is a little bit 3D up here and then nothing down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our dimensionals and we are going to put them on our watering can. And if this is going to go flat, and so this is going to be, it'll all make sense when I put it on there. Okay, so I'm just going to put that right on both of them there. This kind of helps it stay there too. I think I'm going to cut one of these out right here, and we're going to put that on the tip up here. I'm going to put one more in the middle just because I want to. I just think I want it to not cave in right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little piece right here, just cut on the edge. Oh, you guys are going to have so much fun. Bingo, we are going to have a lot of fun. And remember, we have the whole new catalog, and you're going to get Celebration and some fun stuff. And we have some goodies going in your packages. All right, so now we have that. So what we're going to do is let's go ahead and take off our pieces. Oops, let's turn that back over. All right. I know there's a lot of little details on some of my cards that seem like it takes forever, but I hope you guys end up liking them. Okay, we're going to put a little bit of glue on our flowers up here. So these are the ones we put on there, but then we popped those up. So let's put this right about there. The handle is slightly off, and that's okay because the green's gonna go right there. So just a little off. You don't want it too much. All right, and now we're gonna lay that down. This is popped up. We're gonna take our seeds. Let's put the label on top now. And we're gonna just lay those here on the table. And now we have our little rake. Now what I did with the little rake is the same thing. I'm going to take a little piece of this right there. Okay, and I like to take just my little pokey tool and we'll turn it over and then just lay that right on the handle. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that off and I'm going to add a little bit of glue at the bottom. Okay, just a little bit. It's just way too small to try to put any adhesive on it, any kind of foam. So we're just going to tuck these in to make sure they stay on the card and don't get all crazy on us. And then I just kind of held them down for just a minute. So see how it looks on this one. I just put the tip under. I didn't want the tip to get caught and pulled out. Thank you so much, Becky. Okay, so now they're on there. See? And now we're going to put our sign on. And you see why I did it to the right, because I cut off this left side here. that was on the other side. And we're just going to have it kind of coming out. So see, this space is a little bit bigger right there, but that's okay. We're going to cover that up. Just right about there. All right, now we're going to bring in our tree with our silicone mat. And we are going to bring in our flowers. All right. And I'm going to pick up my take a pick tool because it's got my little putty on the end here. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to put some glue right here. Now what I like to do is put the glue now ahead of time, because what's going to happen is it's going to start getting that tackiness to it. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's not so runny. It's a little more, it starts drying, and so it's a little tacky. So we're just going to add some on each branch where the flowers are going to go. And I looked in the book. That's how I set up these flowers, was what was going to go in the book, is how they did it, and that's how I did it. And it turned out really well. This one is kind of sitting on the leaf right there. Okay. So there we go. Now we're going to take our 3 leaf first, because that's going to be the easiest. We know where that's going to go. So we're going to put that right here. Okay. So you're going to notice, bring it back a little bit. I had my hand in the way and I couldn't see very well. We're going to bring that back. Okay. So you're going to notice the stem goes right in the middle right there. And you'll see as you do it, this little leaf is going to just be right there. Okay. And so you're going to kind of see how it fits once you get going. We're going to take the 2, 1, and then this one is, this large leaf is the one that's going to go right on the stem there, the little branch. Bingo Dana is January the 18th. So here's, let me show you really quick for reference. The 18th at 5 o'clock. And the prizes are $100 prizes. There's going to be 4 of them. It's only $35. And you will get the kit for everything to create. The only thing I can't do is I won't be stamping for you. I feel like my light is just like kind of wonky right here. I have a new light coming, so I'm super excited about that. All right, so there's that one. So put that one on there. Remember, we're on the silicone mat, so be careful. All right, so we have a large one right here, right on top of that leaf. Okay. And then you're going to have 2 little ones, the 2 littlest ones. One is going to go right here. So look on that, the catalog, and you'll see exactly the placement of the flowers. So hopefully this will help you. And then we have the little one right here. That goes right here. And there's little stems where they need to go. Not these little tiny nubs that look like new growth. But the little leaves. This one is bigger than the next one, so this one's going to go over here. And it looks like it kind of sags downward a little bit, so that's what I did too. So I just kind of did what they did. Well, I guess it's not that sagged. Think about like that. Okay, and then we have this one that's going to go right up here. Okay. And now, that's wrong. This one does not have any. This one does. See how this is much bigger down here? I'm like, why is that one left open? All right, here we go. That one goes right about there. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry for just a minute. Okay, now we have this. We are going to put this on the inside here. Oh, thank you, Perry. Oh, rummy. Yes, I like that too. Oh, the branch comes from the swallow or the dies. It's this and this. And it goes with, I'm trying to grab soaring swallows. Okay, so that's that. Oops, sorry, I forgot it. I'm so close. This is the set, the bundle that it comes with. But this is where the dies come from. Okay. All right, so let's put this in. I know some people kind of like to put a little glue on each corner or whatever. I like to go all the way down each side. I don't think we need it in the middle at all. So this to me is just elegant enough just to have that little strip that matches the front. You could, you know, put your little rain boots or whatever you want down there. You can. I'm going to pull this out a little bit. I think I'm so close for you guys that now that I'm not doing. Okay, so there we go. All right, so there's that. And now, see how this one's lighter than this one? It's all in what you choose, what you want to do, but our flowers are going to be brighter. And you don't want to put this on yet. I mean, you could, but you're going to be cutting that edge off. So let's leave that there. Okay, so we're going to take this. It's all done. I'm going to turn it over because I want to put dimensionals on it. So let's get our little baby ones out. Where are they? Oh, they're right here. Oh, that's okay, Tashana. I do the same thing, and I'm like, wait, I now have to rewind and go find out. Okay, so just kind of put your little dimensionals where you want them. They don't have to be everywhere, but I kind of like to put them behind the flowers over the stem as much as you can. Or like this one. Not these little ones. That's not going to work unless you want to, you know, cut up your dimensional, which is fine too. And then I'm going to put one right here. I'm going to put one down here. I'm going to put this one on the end. It's glued right here, but there's a one kind of hanging out there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, I already did, and cut a half of a dimensional here. And I'm going to put it, okay, so on this leaf right here, the leaf curves this way, so that's the way I'm putting my dimensional right there because it just tends to kind of hide it right there. And then I'm going to do another one up here on this corner. So if you just cut like 3.5, then you'll be good. You'll have enough to protect it there. So just kind of think about where your stuff's going to be. So I don't have anything right here on that branch. I'm going to put, oops, don't need a full one. This little leaf right here. Okay, so that's good. And now I need something on the bottom. So I'm just going to take, again, a little strip right here. And you don't want to go too close to the bottom because you're going to cut that part off. Right? So I'm just going to take this and the thicker part's there, so I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to put it right here. And that's probably going to be a little bit cut off, but that's okay. At least some of it will be there and it'll hold it on. Okay, so I'm feeling really good about that. So let's take off our little pieces here. And it's still probably a tiny bit wet from being glued. It's probably not dry all the way, so be careful. One more up here. Yeah, oh, one right here. Okay, and then just your long piece right here. Okay, so now we're going to pick it up. Now you're going to look at your picture and kind of gauge. I want it to look like a little tree branch, but I definitely want it on my card base, so up here. and over here can hang out a tiny bit. Okay, and I got some of my sticky right there. Okay, now we're going to cut this off, but the rest I'm leaving. The little part over here that's sticking out, little leaf right there, that's fine. I'm good with that. I just don't want that big old branch sticking out there, right? All right, so everything is on. Add our adhesive. I went out a little bit right here, so just run your hand kind of in and just make sure it goes under your paper. All right, card base. Now, the last thing I did is I, of course, have to add some kind of embellishments. All right, I'm going to lay this down, kind of check the spacing on the bottom, on the top. It's going to go to the left a little because I have space over there. Right about there. Okay. Now the last thing is I was deciding on what embellishments to add. Okay, now you guys can kind of see the sparkle a little with the, it kind of looks shiny, but it is that mother of pearl. It's so pretty. So what I ended up doing here is, besides my little packet being upside down, I'm going to have to look in the catalog. I wanted to pull in a little more of a yellow color, so I have all of these and I put them in a pouch because I have a ton. And I decided, okay, I want to kind of pick and choose. So I'm just going to pick a large one here. I'm going to put a small one here. And then I just took another small one. And I'm just going to kind of put it up here in the flowers. So there we go. That is what I came up with doing our Slimline card. So it just kind of looks like you're in the greenhouse and you're having a good time. Yeah, so see the difference? This looks kind of like a window, like you're looking out because it's so light. And this is just looks like more greenery back in the back of the house, so of the greenhouse. So you can change it up, do whatever you want to make it, you know, more detailed, you know, a little more faded, but then again, these leaves are much darker than these. So I'm thinking that these just blend in. You can see them in person way better than on the screen because I'm looking at the screen and I'm like, you can't even see them. But on here, you have such a great, you know, contrast there with the difference of the colors. So, and you can of course change up your cards, you know, your colors, whatever, make these yellow, make this pink, whatever, make this gray to make it look silver. Add a few little swatches of some Wink Estella on there to give it that little tin kind of look maybe. So it's up to you, whatever you want to do. This one came out a little better than this one because I did my green on the outside after. And I did the green on the stamp only there, forgetting that when you die cut that, you're going to have that white around it. So if you look at those two, you can kind of see the difference there, right? So you have the green around here, and I didn't do that on this one. But they're still both so pretty. You wouldn't even know if you didn't have them both, right? All right, so now, does anybody have any questions about bingo, about the Tulip class coming? Here's a little info about the Tulip class that's coming up. It is going to be a great class. I showed the product at the beginning. I'll show you again really quickly before we do our drawing, just so you can kind of see what is coming up as soon as I make a space here. All right, so I showed you on the other screen. Let me show you on this one so you can kind of get a better view. So this is going to be the Tulip class. Here are the cards. So there are the 3 cards that we're doing. We're doing this cute tote bag, purse, whatever you want to call it. You're going to have Velcro dots. You can put what sentiment you want. So if you want to do a Mother's Day or birthday or whatever you want for a girlfriend or just coworker, whatever. And then inside, you're going to have 3 or 4 little cards there to kind of go, and you're going to have the envelopes that go with them. So you'll have the 3x3 envelopes. They all have the brushing butterflies on those. They've got gems, the in color gems here. I love these brushed butterflies. So you will get everything to make this other than a stamp set. If you do buy the flowering tulip fields from me, you will get this whole kit, PDF with this, and we are going to video. So this is my first official online class that I'm going to do kind of, oh, my hair just cracks me up when I've been outside, crazy windy. We are going to do it online, and I think what we're going to do is a private link for YouTube. So it'll be just like this. We're going to take our time. I'm going to answer questions, and we're going to all create together. And so I will send out your kits ahead of time. And so that's why there's a deadline. And so there is a form to fill out. And if you do want to do the tulip class, then just go ahead and say, I'm going to order the kit from you. And then I will see that you ordered it, and then I will make sure you get your kit and the private link for the video. And you know, I always throw something in your kits or your paper shares or your bingos or whatever, so you'll get a little something. And so that's that. Bingo again is the 18th of January at 5 o'clock. That is going to be a lot of fun. Here's just a little sneak peek of that. This is only 3 of the 4 cards. I'm still working on the 4th one. And but I wanted to get this out for you. I know that opening of the new catalog and the mini and everything, everybody's getting ready to order. And if you were interested in the class, then you can, you know, start ordering whatever you want and that kind of thing. So, and of course you can always use something different. You don't have to use the same thing. With this, you'll get all the PDF of the purse, and you will get all the paper, the DSP, everything to go with it. And if you are interested in joining, right now is the best time, because you get for $99, $125 in product. You are also going to get 2 free stamp sets. And then you have the new mini catalog and the celebration to choose items from. And then you're signing up in January. So let me explain how this works. January is, you're in the middle of a quarter according to Stampin' Up. As long as you've signed up within a quarter, this is your free time to earn your money. This all goes towards your next quarter. So because you're in the middle of a quarter, this does not count. You do not have to count this quarter. Okay, so your next quarter, which will be April, May, and June, you're going to be introduced to the new catalog. So you will still be current and still active. If you don't think you're going to make it, you're going to really have 6 months to make it. So it is the best time to do it right now. And only $99. I'm sure you can find something worth $99 to buy, because you get to choose what you want. And you get 2 free stamp sets. So there you go. I'd love to have you join on my blog, marciebeseckerdesigns.com. At the top, it says join my team, or message me if you have any questions. Now the drawing. Woo! Okay, so for those of you that watched my last video and heard me say, if you comment on that video, you are going to be able to go into a drawing. Bye, Tashana. Have a great night. You will be able to, thank you, Mary. You will be able to be in this drawing, and I'm trying to find my little thing here. Okay, pick a winner. I'm hoping you guys see this. I have to switch to a different screen, so that's why I'm making sure that you guys can see this. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. So we're going to pick a winner. These are for those who commented on my last blog. And Elizabeth, oh, Elizabeth is in Canada, so we're going to have to pick somebody else, because this is US only. I'm so sorry. So we're picking somebody else. Wendy Poling. So hopefully Wendy Poling is in the US and you are our winner. And I will be posting that on this video and the last video. I'm realizing that I need to start posting those winners so that they know. And what did she win? In our celebration, we have Special Moments, which is an amazing sentiment set. And the Rainbow Sunshine and Rainbows paper. So that is what Wendy won. I'm going to write her name down right now. If you know Wendy, have her contact me. And I will be posting on both videos so that she knows that she won. And I can get these to her. Yay, congratulations, Wendy. Thank you so much for commenting on my last video. Those of you that have heard me and follow me, you know that commenting, a thumbs up, subscribing, that all helps my channel so much. Sharing, it all helps, and I really, really appreciate it. Let's have a fantastic year. You guys know, of course, I'm going to go for that cruise this year. I'm not going to find out in October like, oh, I'm closed, I should go for this. You guys were awesome last year to help me get to that point. But this year, I am already starting because we started in October. So thank you so, so much for that. And hopefully it'll happen this year again too. Thank you everybody so much. I hope you will join us for bingo. It's going to be a lot of fun. And for the Tulip class too. I'm excited to do my first live class on YouTube, and I can answer questions and everything for you. It'll be a lot of fun. So have a fantastic night. I will see you on Sunday, and it will be with something new, and I might tie in something old with it. So I have a couple thoughts. I will see you Sunday. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.